You know, people think, oh no, the heart is mushy. Oh no, my heart is this and my heart is that. Start to really listen to your heart. Not the little chatter in your head of, you know, voices that you've heard. People have said ridiculous things to you throughout the, you know, your hair is frizzy, I don't like your toes, and that, you know, all those things. That's not your heart. Your heart is always going to come to you as something that's empowering and something that's positive and something that can help you. Remember those trillions of cells in your body that are all working together? They don't have a single cell, or they don't have a group that says, yeah, I'm just going to jack her up, or I'm just going to, you know, send her in the wrong direction, or I'm just going to play a joke and I'm going to tell her, you know, this doesn't look good, or you don't look at hats, or you've never looked at the color brown, or, you know, all those things. No, no, no. When we meditate, we learn to begin to get in tune with our hearts and listen and truly calm our minds down. Once we begin to focus on the breath, that calms the mind down. So all our thoughts happening all day long and begin to not subside, because we're humans, we're never going to get rid of all the thoughts, but you get to distinguish you from all the thoughts that flitter through your mind, because all the thoughts that go through your mind are not you. Those are just thoughts. Some of these things you've heard on TV, you've heard people say, you've overheard in conversation, you know, and then they come back up. It doesn't mean that that's who you are. It doesn't mean that that's what your belief is. It just means that that's what your mind does. Those are thoughts. But you can control that. So right now your mind is like an undisciplined child. It just like runs wild and does what it wants to do. And so when you go and you speak to it one time, it's going to be like, nope, I'm going to do this. And you're like, see, I can't control my mind, you know? Yeah, you can. Just, you know, and with compassion, you don't have to be like, I can't meditate, or I can't do this, or I keep coming back to negative thoughts. And, yeah, because it's a journey. It's not going to happen tomorrow, or next week, or next month, or 6 months from now. And you're going to stumble and fall and trip and get mad and overreact. And, you know, all of these things are still going to happen. But you are now aware that there's a different way to be and think, and that you can control it. So what do you do with that type of responsibility? You know, you can practice. Practice it whenever you think about it. You know, have built-in triggers. I have a built-in trigger anytime I stub my toe. If I stub my toe, that means breathe, pause, and take a breath. You're going too fast. You're not aware. You're not being conscious. You know, drop my keys is another word. Any little thing, you know. I don't know. Walk into someone bumps your shoulder, something like that. Those are all little triggers for me. Are you breathing? Did you pause? Check in with yourself. What's going on? Because those are stops. Those are stops. Those don't happen. Life is not a series of coincidences. Things happen for a reason. You know, your body talks to you. Situations happen. Things happen for, you know, as a set of things going on, you know. And the best way to put that is that, like, okay, our body speaks to us. Our body talks to us all day. But without like meditation, without being still, without being a practice to tune into your body, you're not going to listen to it. But your body sends you headaches. And I use headaches because everybody gets headaches all the time nowadays. I used to get headaches. I was on 3 cups of coffee a day. And I used to get headaches all the time. And I was just like, I used to also take 8 Tylenol a day because I got headaches and I got migraines. And I used to buy Excedrin for migraine, which is chock full of caffeine. And I used to take those. But if I didn't have those, I had to take about 8 Tylenol or 8 Motrin to give me that same effect, because I had to get rid of the headache because I had things to do and things like that. And so that's a Band-Aid. All I did was shut myself up. Shut up. It's like, you know, I don't want to hear what's going on. I didn't check in to see what caused it. And it kept happening all over and over again. So your body sends you messages. Headaches are a message. And if you don't want your body to turn that up, turn up the volume, like, okay, really, I do need this, or really, you need to stop doing that, or really, you know, and then it manifests into something else, into something else, into something else. And then we're like, how did I get a tumor? How did I have thyroids on my, you know, uterus? How come I have this growth? Why do I have this pain in my knee? I can't. Why do I have a lump in my, you know, why do I have these things? These toxins are real things. They are real things that happen. You know, match that with the diet that we have. You know, a lot of processed foods and things like that. And I'm not here to preach about diet. That's coming up in the Jewish workshop. I am happy to talk about 3 hours. That's my favorite subject. You know, but sometimes the chemicals that they use, you know, being a marketer, I know we have to, you know, make things happen, and, you know, we're the ones that make things happen. So sometimes a chemical or something that we use, your body doesn't know what to do with that. And so it attaches onto something, and tissue grows over, and tissue goes over, and tissue goes over, and why do I have a lump here? Why do I have this? Why do I have that? You know, so your body sends you messages, and our job is to tune in and listen. So again, tune in with yourself, you know. Put in some triggers throughout the day, you know, of times you're going to tune in for yourself. Great trigger. You're reaching for your car door. You got the beep, 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 beep. You're reaching for the car door handle to open the door. Take a breath. Tune in. What's going on? How am I breathing? Take a breath. Same thing when you get home at night and you're putting the key in the door. Take a breath. You're reaching for the doorknob. Take a breath. I had a student that was a nurse. She's like, I don't have time to breathe all day. I'm running from room to room to room. I work 16, 20 hours. I have to be on, you know, alert the entire day. You know, I don't have time. And that's what I told her. When you're reaching for the knob of your next patient's room, pause and take a breath. Your patient will appreciate it. You will appreciate it. Because when you're going at them, we're not machines. Our bodies, we're not machines. We're not meant to go at that level for that long. This lady, Lisa Rankin, she's wonderful. And if you take a look at her book, and I'll pass it around so you guys can see, she says so many wonderful things in her book. But she's a doctor, and she talks about what doctors go through. She's like, your doctor has PTSD, post-traumatic stress syndrome. When they're in surgery, they're, you know, you tell, oh, we had 16-hour surgery, and we had a 6-hour surgery. They're not leaving to go to the bathroom. They're not eating. They're not breathing. You know, sometimes it's very delicate, the situations that they are in. Their shoulder hurts. They want to yawn and stretch. They don't have time for that. They have to do what they're doing. And she talks about that. I've never even thought about that, you know, with doctors. Doctors are under a lot of stress and strain. And those are the people that are diagnosing us. They don't have time. I have 5.5 minutes in with you, and I'm already late for the next appointment. What's going on? Okay, this here. There you go. Gotta go. Bye. You know? They don't know that, you know, on top of that, you also have this, or, you know what, you actually, you know, are stressed over this, and this, and that's what's causing that. So it's not something physical, but they're going to give you an antibiotic, and that's going to manifest more symptoms later on, because now your kidney has to filter out. My headaches were gone with the 8 Motrin, or the 2 or 3 Excedrin migraine. My kidneys are still working overtime to process all of that I put in, and on top of the 3 cups of coffee that I like to start my day with, because I didn't like my, you know, anyway. So she talks about that. She does an extensive work on how to heal yourself. So let's say you're diagnosed with something, you know, this or that or whatever. She does a great job explaining why you don't have to accept that diagnosis. Things that you can do, concrete things that you can do that will make a huge difference in how your body reacts, and give your body, empower your body to fight and do what you can. Take a look at it if you'd like and pass it around, and give your body the tools that it needs to heal itself. You can heal yourself, you know, but again, you can't do it in that amygdala state. You can't do it in the sympathetic state. You need to be in the relaxation state. That begins with pausing and breathing. That moves on with meditation. Sit and listen to your body and see what it's saying to you. But in order to trigger the relaxation response, there's so many things that we can do. Do the things that make you feel good. I love space and scientists and things like that. And I watched a show on Einstein, one of my favorites, on the Discovery Channel. And Einstein, his wonderful theory of relativity, let me tell you about that, a little bit about that, is that he couldn't figure it out. He told the world about this theory of relativity. He had begun the process and the equation, so people were like intrigued. So he had a talk coming up, he had a grant coming up, he had all kinds of things in like 6 months. Okay, great. He didn't have the theory of relativity figured out. He didn't have anything. So he's sending his people, okay, well, we got to do